coming. Keep them coming. Your name, your school, and your group. I've told your facilitators, if your people don't join this meeting today, then there's a problem. So rep your groups in the chat so that I don't penalize your facilitators. Okay, we have Barakat Ali. Where have you joined us from? Let us know. We have Olajide. We have Adisa. We have Ibrahim. Okay, I can't see your comment. Okay, get down. My bad. Okay, we have Yetunde all the way from, you didn't let me, I think this is Ibadan, group 5. We have Ahmed, group 6. Please include your states. We have Sadiq from Kano, group 2. Okay, I have not seen group 3 here. Mr. Clinton, I will come for him. I have Dr. Mike, Femi, Kabiru, Aisha. Okay. I think we have more of group 5 teachers here. Group 3, group 10, I can't see you. Ibrahim from Yobe State, group 4. So please, if you're here, just type a message in your group. I'm sure your facilitators must have opened your groups, and tag 5 teachers to join this call. This is not a webinar anybody should miss today, and we're just heading right into it. So everyone has to be here and on time. Now we're going to have another quick activity. Please keep your comments, your responses coming, your name, your school, your state, and your group. I have not seen group 3. Your name, your school, and your group. I've told your facilitators, if your people don't join this meeting today, okay, not sure. So rep your groups in the chat so that I don't penalize your facilitators. Okay, we have Barakat Ali. Where have you joined us from? Let us know. We have Olajide. We have Adisa. We have Ibrahim. Okay, that's sorted. Apologies about that. Yes, keep your introductions coming. And good afternoon once again, everyone. Welcome to our first live webinar for the first phase of the 2025 MTN SAIL Teachers Fellowship. Now, a quick question would be, how has the learning been for you so far? I just have 5 slots for 5 teachers that will quickly raise up their hand that would like to share, how the learning has been for you. Has it been valuable? Have you applied it? Has there been results in your classroom? Remember, our sponsors are here on the call: SAIL Innovation Lab, SAIL Empowerment Foundation, and MTN Nigeria Foundation. So who wants to share? I have 5 slots for people that will quickly raise their hand to share with us, right? You can also leave your response in the chat. Now, I can see your introductions. We have moved past that. We have moved past introductions. How has the sessions been for you? Were they relevant? Have you applied any? Has there been any change in your classroom? And what do you have to say to our sponsors, SAIL Innovation Lab, SAIL Empowerment Foundation, and MTN Foundation Nigeria? Now, let me check. How many people have their hands raised? You're not raising your hand, so who wants to speak? I need to allow you to speak. That's why I need to know. Okay, Yetunde wants to speak. Let me see. Yetunde, let me allow you to speak. You can raise your hand. Try to raise your hand from your end. Let me see if you food. Okay, we have a lot of raised hand. I love it. So Adebayo Ayobami, I have asked you to speak quickly. Okay, allowed to talk. Adebayo, are you there? Can you speak? You can go ahead and speak. Okay, while he's still trying to sort that out. Let me see. Who else is ready? Yusuf Gambo, are you ready? I've asked you to speak. Can you speak now? Please, if you have your hand raised and you want to speak, as soon as I call your name, please just unmute your mic and speak. Unmute. Okay, while we're trying to sort this out, keep sharing in the chat. How has the sessions been for you? I have someone who says, Halimatu says, so far so good. It's been a good development. It has built my confidence when teaching. I love it. What do you have to say to our sponsors? Abubakar says, I use it effectively and it motivates my learners. What exactly do you use? You've been taught a lot. Let us know specifically.
I think Yusuf is ready. He's unmuted now.
Okay. Yusuf, go ahead and share, please. Go for it.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead and share with us.
Yeah. I'm very happy for this program. I want to say that MTN are doing very well to educate us, the teachers. Since beginning of this program, I've been able to use Canva. I have never used it before, but now I can use it effectively. Yesterday, we learned about Gmind. That's one of the best tools I've ever learned and used in my life. So as a teacher, this Gmind will actually help me execute my job very well. I'm very grateful for MTN. I'm very grateful for this Cell Foundation. Thank you. Thank you. From your best state, Yusuf Gambo.
Dalam, are you speaking? Your voice seems low.
Okay, thank you so much, Yusuf, for sharing. I believe that I was kicked out, so I couldn't hear you. But let me read out some responses in the chat. Aisha says, I'm very happy with this program. It has helped my teaching perfect and smoothly because it gives us more methodologies of teaching, and by using Canva to create my teaching material and using IPL. I love it. Okay, who else wants to speak? Let me see who I will ask to. We have 54 hands raised. Imagine that. Okay, so Chizoba Uboma, are you ready to speak? We've heard the voice of a male teacher. Let's hear from a female teacher. So Chizoba, I've asked you to unmute. Can you quickly speak up now?
Hello, my name is Chizoba from Government Girls Secondary School, Rumuokuta, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. This is an exciting experience, one of a kind. I've never heard of it, and I was so happy I was among those that were selected. And using this in the class, the children were so excited. In fact, there was no noise from beginning of the class to the end.
Wow.
They were busy. We were busy doing this group work, come and talk about what you learned. So it was very exciting. In fact, they prefer it. I mean, I think it should be adopted by all schools actually. Every teacher should have that experience.
Glad to hear about the impact.
So I want to thank MTN for this opportunity. Just say I just adopt my heart for them. They should keep it up.
Okay, so before we hear
Shalom, quickly,
yes,
I need to let your people know this is by Cell Foundation and MTN. Always
MTN
it every
Foundation
time.
too. I know
Please,
there is
always. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sale and MTN. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So quickly, before we get into this session, I want to just keep your responses coming in the chat, and we'll get started with the webinar at 3:20. Before then, I want to quickly clarify on something which has just been highlighted. So I'll be sharing my screen now. The teachers on YouTube, I can see you. I cannot see you, but I'm coming to read your chat. But I can feel the excitement from here. All right, so very quickly, yes, keep your responses coming in the chat, like I said. And well done and congratulations to you all. It's not easy. You started this journey with a lot of teachers. Some people dropped on the way, but you have continued. You have not just continued, you have turned in your assessments, you have attended your WhatsApp classes, and you're even here in the webinar, and you have applied these learnings in your classroom, and you're able to see the result. Please, a round of applause for yourself. Celebrate yourself, dear teachers. You're doing really amazing well. Right, so before if we have more time, more people can speak, but before then, I'd like to clarify. Right, so this is MTN Sales Teachers Fellowship, and it's important for you to know the different sponsors and the role that they play, so that when you're sending your appreciation wishes, you know how to direct your appreciation, right, so that other partners are visible and show that you acknowledge them and you're grateful for, this beautiful opportunity. Now, it's important for you to know that there are 4 key partners or sponsors that play, a role in this fellowship, and one particular organization without them, we would not be here. We would not have any MTN Sales Teachers, and that is Sale Innovation Lab and Sale Empowerment Foundation. Now, before I even go on, please, if you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button so that you stay tuned on more information from our sponsors, Sale Innovation Lab and Sale Empowerment Foundation. Now, back to what I was saying. Now we have the Sale Innovation Lab and Sale Empowerment Foundation. Now, without these 2 key players, there would not be, there wouldn't be any MTN Sales Teachers Fellowship, and MTN Foundation would have been in the picture. So please, I want to see your chat on YouTube, on Zoom, saying thank you to Sale Innovation Lab and Sale Empowerment Foundation. And when you're asked to do videos, if you're asked to send impact write-ups of videos, ensure that you're taking them appropriately. And we have MTN Foundation Nigeria. Of course, they're part of our sponsors, and they are the ones, working together with Sale Innovation Lab and Sale Empowerment Foundation to give us data for our learning. I have never seen a program for teachers where they are giving you access to CPD that is worth over 200,000 for each teacher, and they're still providing you data, weekly data, monthly data. I'm not seeing that. Please, a round of applause for our sponsors. Thank you so much. Sale Innovation Lab, Sale Empowerment Foundation, and MTN Foundation Nigeria. Now, we have the Co-Creation Hub, who are the implementers, right? That is where myself, Shalom, your facilitators, we are the ones working behind the scene, ensuring that you are learning and you're ticking off all the boxes. So please, while you're sending your appreciations, channel it the right way. So thank you so much to our sponsors, Sale Innovation Lab, Sale Empowerment Foundation, and MTN Foundation Nigeria. Now, what's the time? I think we can just take one more testimonial or feedback. Now, I want this testimonial to, really highlight what has happened. Before, in my classroom, I wouldn't say my students were blind, but yeah, I wanted to really highlight something significant that has happened, because of this training. So I'll allow Franklin Chimelie. Franklin Chimelie, I've allowed you to speak, ask to unmute. Yeah. So Franklin, if you can, please speak up and share your testimonial with us as we kick off this learning session. Franklin, are you able to speak? Okay, let me see. Emeka, go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I'm Emeka Ifui Prince in Abia
Good
State.
afternoon,
okay,
hello.
Mr. Franklin, you have to hold on. All right, go ahead, Emeka.
Okay, I'm in Abia State. I teach in Ohafia High School in Abia State. I want to especially appreciate, I want to start with appreciation first, Sale Foundation, Sale Innovation Lab, Sale Empowerment Foundation, and MTN Foundation and Co-Creation Hub. Why am I appreciating them? This is because before now, I have attended trainings in education, and I can tell you that this one is quite different. Entering the class with something new. The students that on their own, generally, they want to make noise because it's a government school. they want to get distracted. But this one, you see them paying attention, you see them listening, you see them taking part, especially the one that is like a crack is the IBL method. Actually made it so easy for the students to get to understand, and then blending it with some Canva, whatever. It made it so interesting, and I want to appreciate everyone. I want to appreciate my facilitator, Mrs. Oyidamola. Also, yes, I think that's her name. I want to appreciate her. I mean, Gopsis. She has done a very wonderful work, even though teachers are not really cooperating, but she's always there to carry everybody along. God bless everybody. I'm grateful. Thank you so much, MTN. Thank you so much, State Innovation Lab. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Like I always tell teachers, it doesn't just stop at learning, and that's why I'm very excited about this particular cohort that you have gone on to implement, and you can see the tangible, improvements, in your classroom. So well done, everyone. We cannot take more feedback at this time, but I promise you, as soon as we are done with our learning and we have more time, we'll certainly take more feedback. Now it's time for our learning session, and like we shared on the group now, last week, in the course of this particular week, we introduced you to an AI tool, and I know that there are a lot of you who are using some tools here, some tools there, and you need to really understand what AI is, what generative AI is, its power, right? Because it's beyond just using ChatGPT or using, these tools. And the bit about your preserving your human agency, even in the age of artificial intelligence, and how you as teachers can use AI responsibly and also guide your students to use, these artificial intelligence tools. And to lead us in this session, we have our representatives from Data Science Nigeria. Please, I want you to start here. Please start clapping. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, your Zoom, I can see the YouTube teachers. They are clapping. The Zoom teachers, please, put your hands together as I make welcome Mr. Anu, right, from Data Science Nigeria, who would introduce the speakers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, over to you, Tim.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Alan, for the warm introduction. Please, I'd like to confirm if you can hear me, if I'm audible.
Yes, we can hear you.
So I'll be bringing in my colleague who is going to be facilitating today's session in person of Michael Adeniro, who is an instructional designer and developer. So he has expertise in program design, curriculum design, content design. So I'm sure you are in good hands. Michael, please kindly confirm that you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Awesome. So I think I'll just turn it over to Michael. Michael, over to you. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. Please confirm you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. So once again, good day to everyone and welcome to this session. And the session is on Introduction to Generative AI for Educators. So today's session is more or less to demystify what AI is, remove a little fear that some of us may have, and to see how practically it can support us in our day-to-day activities in the classroom and outside the classroom. So this learning is conversation, not a technical lecture. So I'll use some of my experience. I'll do some other things while the class is on. So let me walk us through what we'll try to achieve today. So AI for education, what is AI itself? We need to know what AI is, then why AI for education. Then we'll move to what is generative AI, which is the focus for today. Then we'll also look at some of the tools we can use in education for this. Then we'll also move to skills needed in generative AI for educators. We'll end the session with responsible use in education. And during the session, I'll be sharing us some cases that I have generated before this class to show us this is doable. So to start, this is a brief profile about myself. So a little bit of over 15 years experience across the education sector, finance, technology. So I spent my first 10 years in the classroom. So before I moved to other sectors, so my focus is more on using learning to support effective teaching and also delivering meaningful learning outcomes. Let's start. So let's bring out our device. We'll do a little warm-up check just to brace up ahead to see what we have for everyone today. So I'll be bringing on Tejuma to take this session. Okay.
Hi, Mr. Michael. Are you speaking?
Okay, so while we wait for Tejuma to share your screen, so let's bring out our device, either our phone, any other device. You can still use the same phone you're currently using. Let's go to quiz.com, quiz.com. So when you get there, there's a code you enter. For those of us familiar with Kahoot, so it's similar to Kahoot also. So let's go to quiz.com and enter the PIN. So let's wait for a few of us to join. So just a few questions to start us, to warm us up. So there's no wrong answer, there's no right answer. Answer to the best of your knowledge, and we'll pick it up from there. So for those using their phone as the same device, you can use this link. Okay, so let's have more people join us. So if you're using your phone, you can just go to your browser, switch from Zoom to your browser, any of the browser you have on your phone, and go to quiz.com. So you can use both your phone for the Zoom and also for this. I don't know if we get to 80. Can we start? Okay, we have more people joining us. Okay, I think we can do 100. Looking at it. Yes, you can do 100. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get ready. Okay, so let's start. So the question appears on your screen, the options appears on your phone or your device. Okay, so that's for question 1. We have 1 of 7 down. So let's move to the next one. As of now, so question 2. So the website is quiz.com. And the pin also is on the screen, quiz.com, Quiz. And the pin is 567880. Thank you. Question 2. Let's see who is topping the leaderboard. Kopi, Papa Nos, Jolly Woman, thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Generative AI response based on emotions, guess what, school policies, instructions, or question given to it. Okay, we have more people that have joined. So we have close to 230 people on the quiz. Yes. Thank you. Question 3 done. The instructions or questions given to it. So let's go to the next one. So question 4. Which statement best describes the role of a teacher when using generative AI? Teacher becomes unnecessary. The teacher follows the AI strictly. The teacher guides, reviews, and decides. Teacher steps aside. Thank you. I see some are dropping the answer in the chats. Thank you. Correct. The teacher guides, review, and decides. Let's move to the next one. Question 5. Generative AI is best described as a perfect source of truth, a replacement for teaching experience, a support tool that still needs human judgment, a tool only for technical experts. Okay, let's see how our leaderboard is after this. A support tool that still needs human judgments. Support tool, thank you. Let's see our leaderboard before we move to the last two. Okay, Abifarin Adedola, thank you. Why is it important for teachers to review AI-generated contents? It can make mistakes or reflect bias. It may be too long. It may use big words. It works too quickly. Wow, we have more people attending this fast. So I guess it's due to where the correct answer is placed. Thank you. So 53 people attempted this, 10 out of 59. A, it can make mistakes or reflect bias. And to the final question. Okay, final. Wow, we have so many experts. Final question, double points for this. So you can still take anybody on the board. Generative AI can help to share most with which of the following: making decisions about students, removing the need for lesson planning, replacing teaching experience, saving time and improving creativity. D, somebody said D. Thank you. Saving time and improve creativity, replacing teacher experience. And the answer is okay. There was a suspend there. The answer is D. We are correct. So let's see the final leaderboard before we continue to the session. Who are those on our leaderboard? 277 of us, if I'm right. Third position, Uncle Slow, 6630 points. Second position, Haunted Queen, wow, 6718. And the first position is John Amoka, 7153. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Your name appears on the leaderboard. Everyone is on the leaderboard. So, not to worry. Okay, so that is just to warm us up. Thank you very much, Tejimola. Let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay. So from the questions we've seen today, you can see at least some of us already have understanding of what I want to discuss today. So which is also aligned to what I've given to us. So we'll start with the first one. AI for education, what is AI? There's hardly anyone today that will say, I'm not familiar with the term AI, or I've not heard about what AI is. Almost every one of us has asked for. I've known about it. So which way we need to start from the basic. So AI refers to common computer systems that perform tasks linked to human intelligence. So the thing that humans can do, AI can also replicate something like that. For example, I want to draft a mail, I want to write a letter, I want to do an addition. So it helps us to perform tasks such as learning, decision support, and so on. So another one, the tasks include learning, pattern recognition, prediction, and decision support. Also, AI does not think like human. It follows data, rules, and example. Remember one of the questions we asked during the warm-up check then, that how does it work? It follows some questions, some answers, some patterns, some data, some examples. Also, it will improve as it is trained with more information. The more you feed it with data, the more you feed information, the more it becomes better. The more you keep fine-tuning it, make it like this, I want it this way, that's how AI works. Also, in education, AI supports educators. AI is here to support us, not to replace us. It's to make us a better version of what we are doing day to day in the classroom. So, why AI for education? As I said earlier, is here to support us. And how does it support us? How does it assist us? To save time on routine tasks. So I'll use my experience here. As far back as I think 2010 that I started full-time teaching. So one of the issues I had back then was, why do I have to write lesson notes every day or every week? Why do I have to do lesson plan every time? Why another issue I had is, when a student or some set of students change classroom from one class to another, why do I have to repeat the same thing I've done in previous class? Why not make it a standard process? Which led to what I did back then of all my lesson notes, my lesson plan, they were typed, they were printed and spire-banded. So now with AI, my lesson notes, my question typing, assessments, everything, that format can be generated with AI. I don't know if anybody have an issue of I'm teaching a topic and I need a learning resource. For example, I'm teaching students about Olumorok. The best you can do is show them a picture in the textbook. Why not bring the videos or take the learners themselves to the presence of Olumorok? If you can get the pictures, put it in an AI tool that will make them feel as if they are inside Olumo or they are on Olumorok. This is what AI has come to do for us. Another thing is it improves learning and planning and preparation. So instead of me spending, I remember hours of writing lesson note, lesson plan, setting an exam question, preparing for the class. So this is what has come to do for us in the education sector. I remember if you want to set some classes, maybe 60 object questions, 5 theory questions, and let's say you're taking about 3 classes, that will take you a lengthy period of time. This is what AI has come to help us to do, to save us that time. Another thing is support personalized learning. As we all know, we have various types of learners in the classroom. So the AI can customize, okay, this is my lesson note, my lesson plan, this kind of students I have in my class. I want you to personalize this content or this plan to this set of students. They are the, let me use the word high flyers. These ones, they are not the high flyers. It breaks it down in a simpler form for you, which helps you to prepare accurately for the class. So this formula, that formula, this solution, how best do you explain it? That's what AI has come to do for us, to support us. Also, it encourages creativity and fresh ideas. I don't know if anyone have had issue or call blocks in whether for creatives or for designing anything, creative blocks. So with this, you can say, okay, how best do I do this? You ask, isn't that it? Give me better ideas. Oh, I've been doing this for the past 3 years. I remember in school I was teaching then, every time you must present something to the management, and it might not be what you presented before. This is where blocker comes. Oh, last time I showed them how to use this. This time I showed them how to do this. So with this, you can come up with more ideas because this is linked to a global database that people have done before, and it shows you how to do it. So it encourages creativity with fresh ideas. Next, it provides quick learning support. Whatever support you need is there to help you out, either in calculation, in technical, non-technical, whatever area it is, AI is there to support us. Also, one other area is it helps us work more efficiently. If it has handled all what I've said earlier, and now I have more time to spend in actual teaching of what I'm delivering. Instead of spending out of my 45 minutes in the period, I used to say 15 minutes to explain, and that 30 minutes to write notes. Why not use the whole 45 minutes to interact with the learners to make sure the point is driven home? And everything that has to do with note copying, note taking is handled in this way. And lastly, it strengthens teaching and is not here to replace teachers. The goal is to strengthen us, to make us a better version of who we are previously. So I'll move on. A sample use case. I think a few minutes to this class, I just put this on an AI tool, popularly known as ChatGPT, just with the prompt, come up with something for me, and it generated this. That's why I just did the screenshots and pasted here. So if I look at this without me fine-tuning, correcting, reviewing, it gives me this. And this is what I've exported into my slide here. Now, if you look at it, it's similar to the basic lesson plan we have across every schools approved by any RDC in Nigeria here. Now, if your school have a different tweak to it, just ask it to add a tweak to it. And before you know, it has saved us time. Much more. That's 1 hour that I used to prepare a lesson note or a lesson plan for a class. I used to prepare myself adequately to deliver the lesson. So I moved to the next one. Why generative AI? So, what is generative AI? It can generate text, question, image, videos, any form of idea you have. It is there to generate it. I remember a time I was taking some students on what we call exam, preparing them for SSC. And the formula, we're looking for how best can we do this formula using if, using what if, VLOOKUP. And I was like, is there no simpler way to do this formula? And I asked ChatGPT. It gave me an easier formula that you don't need to memorize if, comma, AB, close bracket, colon, semicolon, and everything that way. It was simplified. And that is what AI is there for us to do. So another thing is, it works by learning from large amounts of data. If you can feed it any amount of data, I'll speak about the data privacy later on. It is how it has been built and how it makes our work easier for us. Please confirm, can anyone see my screen? As somebody said, I cannot see your screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, so I
Okay,
can see
thank
your
you.
screen. I
Okay,
can see your
thank you.
screen.
Thank you. Okay, the person
Okay,
can just log out and log in again.
yeah,
Thank you,
you can
everyone.
leave the call.
Okay,
Start.
so thank you very much. So another thing we attempted doing the question we answered is, he said, it responds to clear instruction from users. So we should call prompting. You need to give it a prompt, and that is how it gives you an answer. Also, it helps to create, to adapt, and refine learning material. So I can give it If I go back to, let me go back to this, my slide on my bio. So if you look at the image of my image, that's not actually my image. I just look for any of my old image and put it in the AI tool and say, oh, using any prompts, put the suit on me, put the tag in it, refine this, do this, and it gave me this. And the actual clothes I was putting on before was supposed to be a native material. And here it is. Who would have thought or who would have known this is it? And that is what AI is here to help us to do. Okay, so let me continue. So, Generative AI is a type of AI that creates new contents. It updates new content, creates new one, generates it from its source, from your own source, and that is how it makes our own life easy. So I want to the next one. If you look at on my screen, there are so many tools available now. Some are paid, some are free. Every one of them. And one important thing there, most of the tools I've interacted with is as an educator or as an educator, as a school, you have special discounts given to us. They will ask you, are you a student? Are you an educator, a teacher? Are you a school owner or school admin? They will ask you to log in. And with that, special discount is given to us. So look at my screen, there are so many of these tools, either to generate an image, generate question banks, generate video, generate lesson plan, lesson notes. There are so many of them on the screen. Now, this class is an introduction, so we won't go in depth into most of them. But if you look at my screen, you can pick any of them that you're familiar with. And if I ask, which of these are we most familiar with? Let me check in chats. Which of these tools are you familiar with the most? Thank you, Canva AI. ChatGPT. I hope ChatGPT will not be the eyes. Gemini. Thank you. ChatGPT. Thank you, Google Gemini. ChatGPT. Oh, wow. Co-pilots. Interesting. Thank you, everyone. So that says it all. I'm sorry that I even put 3: ChatGPT, Canva, Gemini AI. Interesting. Now, all of them serve various functions. Now, for example, I cannot use, let me pick Canva AI now and say, Canva AI, I want to generate 100 questions for me on this topic, computer parts. I'm not using the tool for what it is. If I come to ChatGPT or Copilot and ask it, generate 100 questions, multiple choice questions, true or false, essay format, fill in the blank formats, drag and drop. In this topic, it will do that before you know, it drags it down for you and you can copy, you can fine tune, you can edit very easy. If I come to a tool like Canva and I say, oh, I want a picture of students learning inside this and this, easily it generates that for me. So there are so many tools that are available to us that we can make use of. And that is what it was to us today. Let me move on. So I have a use case here. So this is an image I generated a few minutes ago. Now, if you don't look at it very well, you will say, oh, this is well, but this is AI generated. I generated this with an AI tool, and that was the first prompt I've given it. I did not find it. So I was like, wow, this is good to go. Well, I love this ICT and this chemistry lab or biology lab, whatever lab it is. Oh, and it's good. I will love it. I can use this as an instructional aid or learning resource in my class as I want it. Let me show another one. So I can see a question in the chat. Can generative AI generate CPT templates that can be edited? So CPT template, if it's questions, yes, it can generate them. Now, this is another image that was generated using an AI tool. So let us go to excursion airports or in the plane. Now they're engaging the pilots. Great. With this, they know what the inside of an airplane looks like and is interesting. Yes, generative AI created it. It was created with generative AI. Now, let me move on. Now, the skills needed in generative AI for educators. Now, most of us have the skills. We have them. I'll pick the first one. Content evaluation. Content evaluation. A minute, please. Okay, now, this is an important skill that you need as an educator. No matter what has been generated by ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, whatever one that we have on our screen or what we are doing, we need to evaluate the contents. We need to check for accuracy, check for relevance, check for bias, which is very important. And if you look at it, let's say, for example, now I asked the AI to generate learners learning about something in my class. And the first thing is generated to me let's say all the learners they are all white, and the classroom is
Okay, hello everyone. Let's give some minutes for our facilitator to come back on board.
Apologies,
Okay.
that was network issue, so
Yes,
I'm sure it's
yes. Yeah. Okay, meanwhile, just leave in the chat. Okay, it's back. We can hear you, but we can't see you. Hi, Michael. Can you speak again? But in the meantime, teachers, if you're following, just leave a thumbs up on Zoom, leave a reaction, or just type,
okay.
I'm
So, Christopher,
following.
can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you, but we can't see
Okay,
you
thank
now.
you. It's network. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So I was talking about the content evaluation. So whatever contents we generate with the AI tool, it must be evaluated. It must be reviewed. And that is why we are experts in this area. So I want to the next skill, prompt engineering. So whatever instruction I give to computer, which we call prompts, it must be clear. This instruction is to guide the outputs. So, and also, this is something, a skill that also needs to be mastered. You are not using the AI tool as if you are using Google Charts or Google Search, or you are using Yahoo Search. There's a way you give it a prompt and say, maybe you say, assume you are this, you are an educator, an expert. You make your prompt very clear, specific to guide whatever desired outputs you want. So the next one I have here is pedagogical alignments. So whatever content you have generated, ensure the outputs fit your curriculum and learning outcomes. What I plan to achieve is to show my learners various parts of a computer. And what is showing me are parts of humans or parts of other things. It is not aligning with my curriculum. Or the part is showing me are parts that are not what I expected in the curriculum that was given to me. I'm talking about the four basic parts of a computer: keyboard, mouse, monitor, and the system units. And it's adding, let's say, speaker, printer, projector as basic parts. That does not align with the curriculum or learning outcome that I want. So the next one is context setting. So you need to provide the subject, class level, and learning goals when you are doing this. So you cannot generate content that is not meant for, let's say, I have pupils in primary one or basic one, GS1, GS3. Also, you need to provide that context or the age range of the content you are planning to generate. Then the next one, very important, ethical awareness. You cannot upload your learners' data to it. You can look at whatever your school has on this, on the type of privacy protection. You cannot expose your learners. For example, now let's say, oh, there's a tool I saw during the week where when I saw the video, I said, this AI journey, but the face looks familiar. Happens to be one of our staff. The person's image was used to generate that video. Can you do that for a young child or a young man in your class? Does your school allow that? Is there policy to back it up or not? So you need to be careful of what you post there. Their name, their address, their information. The same way you don't post this on social media, then it's the same way also you are careful of what you are posting. And again, you are promoting responsible use. This is another session I will end with. You are promoting it. It's not to be abused, it's meant to be used responsibly. Then the next one is instructional judgments. So you decide on what to use. It generates lots of things to you. So what are you using? What do you want to edit? What do you want to discard? So that's why instructional judgment comes in place in this instance. And lastly, iteration and refinements. On most cases, it keeps giving you keep refining, you follow up unique ones, okay, change this, add this. Sometimes I go as little as verify what you shared again. Is it correct? Is it accurate? Is it good to go? That is what we call the iteration and refinement before you have the final content you want to use. Now, please confirm you can hear the sound. Okay, let me play it again. Now, this is another use case generated by an AI that also asks us. They said, no, they can't. Let me check. Let me share my sound. Okay.
This visualization clearly shows the spike in activity correlating with the new deployment.
And this line here represents the unique user data, correct?
Yeah.
Can you hear the sound now?
This visualization clearly shows the spike in activity correlating with the new deployment.
And this line here represents the unique user data,
So
correct?
this was generated using an AI tool. This was generated using the AI tool. Now, I've shown us image, I've shown us a lesson notes or lesson plan. Now, this is a video. So this video might be generated with just 1 prompt, 2 prompts, 3 prompts, multi-points, till you get what you want. Now, you also talk about the look of the people, the background, what they are doing, what you want them to say. Now, you can see if it's an audio you want, you can convert the video to an audio, or you extract the audio from the video, and you are good to go. So you have content in various formats that you want it. Now, to conclude today's session, I'll talk about responsible use in education. Very, very important. Whatever plan you have, this should be behind us and also always sounding in our head. Remember I said earlier, protect student privacy. Do not upload their names, their results, or any form of personal data to any platform that has not been approved. Please note that. Then number 2, review before use. Always check your generated contents for accuracy and relevance. Make sure the information on that generated content is true. As little as 2 + 2 is equal to 4, still verify if, is it in base 2, is it in base 10, or is it in base 16? Always be sure. Don't be allowed to just copy and paste. So the next one I have is support non-substitution. Support non-substitution. So use AI to assist teaching, not to replace our professional judgments. Remember, we call teachers in instructional design called subject matter experts. You are the expert in that area, not to give that onto AI. So it is to support you, not to substitute you. Then also maintain academic integrity. Guide both ourselves and the learners on ethical use. Some will say, don't use for his assignments. doing this for projects. I remember one of my professors was telling me in class that, oh, it's allowed, but no blind copying. It's as worse that I copy everything. If you know ChatGPT very well, it add some intro and some outro at the end. If you're not careful, you copy both the intro and outro. It's okay. Do you want it in this format? I'll say copy that. That is blind copying. Even what I need and what I don't need, I copy, which led to filter. Then next, as I said earlier, align with our curriculum goal. Ensure that output match learning objectives and standard. This is key. Then lastly, be transparent. As I went back to my profile picture then, ensure outputs is known. Let it appear that, oh, I'm using this. Let your students know. Let everybody knows that I'm using AI as a learning aid. Not something we are hiding. And they will say, oh, how do you design this? And I'm saying, oh, I designed it myself. AI assisted. And with this, we've come to the end of this session. Any question? Any contribution? So I'll take questions. Can it generate moving image and talk? Yes, it can generate moving image and it can speak. So there are a lot of tools. Let me take my screen back to that slide that has the AI tool. Can you break down the tool in AI for generating video? The one I use in the use case is VEO, VEO. So there are lots of them that you can use. There are also Syntentia, there's IGEA, there are a lot of them that you can use. Which AI tool is best for generating video and instructional materials for my learners? So I've mentioned VEO, I've mentioned Syntentia, I've mentioned IGEA. There are so many of them that you can use. Recommend for lesson plan. ChatGPT does a good work. Gemini does a good work. Copilot does a great work also. Any of them can be used. If you have a particular template you want, you can upload that template to it and ask it to follow that template. Thank you. View Gemini AI. So some of the AI tools, I have them on my screen now. Does AI generate timetable? Yes, it can generate timetable for you, depending on how you can prompt it to give you that. How can teachers in government school, in rural school, implement the use of these tools in the classroom? Now we have our phones, we have our, so let me assume the school does not have, let's say, laptops, desktop, internet, whiteboard, projector. The best you can do, I remember at the time, the first school I taught, I was going with my own laptop to teach computer to students. So I always start from there to build interest of the learners, of the school proprietor or proprietors or principal. From there, you can always drive your point to get more gadgets for them. Best document to prove you are a teacher while registering on those productivity tools. There's no documents. Okay, documents need to prove. In most cases, they ask for, I think, email address attached to your school, or some ask for ID card. So I have their names on the screen. Especially for primary, you can use any of the two for nursery, primary, secondary, university, up to you. How to prompt it for CBT for students to use? Now, I was hoping to show that, but I don't have my account on this laptop. Now, let me just go through that. What I did was ask the AI to generate less 100 questions on this topic. And once that was done, and I said, okay, you are to randomly prompt learners to answer this question after the other. And once they give you the answer, you verify with an answer whether correct or incorrect. If it's incorrect, you give answers to the correct answer to the correct answer, and why yes is wrong. So it keeps doing that till you put stop. Once you put start, it starts generating questions for the learners one after the other. You give it the answer, it comes out. So you can do that format. Although there are other platforms that you can also leverage on. on the platform. In a large classroom of about 100 plus, how can teacher cope by using AI? So this is where you now need more AI tools. So in this case now, you have generated the content ahead of the class and you are showing them the contents either on the screen or I remember a time also what I did was to print. I print images when there was no power in the school I was working at. I print on A3 paper back then because it's large and I combine multiple of them and it helps. Android phone, yes. Yes, you can learn prompting. Yes, you can learn prompting. So, depending on your reviews, some of them, all of them to me are reliable and effective, and depending on what you're trying to achieve. So, for music, I know ChatGPT Gemini Copilot also can be used to score simple music sheets in class, but you can also ask them to give you specific ones that are dedicated to music. So there are some that are free, there are some that are paid, but in most cases they give us free access to use, just that you might not use them for a long period of time. So I need to renew them either daily or monthly. Okay, I love this question. If generative AI can draft lesson plan, create quizzes, and even design visual in seconds, what role should remain uniquely human in teaching? Now, remember I said earlier, all this that you've mentioned are still being done by we the humans. The generative AI will not just sit on its own and generate all this. It still has to be prompted by us. Now, another thing I should also let you know is what A we prompt on ChatGPT or Copilot, and B we also also try to achieve the same thing. They might get different results based on their experience, based on their usage. So what we are driving for is when we are embracing technology, this is meant to assist us to make our work easier. So all those stress of me writing, now AI cannot also help you deliver this lesson. For example, now, then we should have just asked AI to come and deliver this lesson to us. So all these that I have, lesson note, lesson plan, questions, somebody still need to put them together to drive home the point to the learners. If he does not know this is the type of learner that you have in the class, you know them by this or by that. I know them on how best to drive home the point to them. Emotion also comes in place. Thank you. So there are so many for generating audio text. I know Synthesia is one, IGA is one. So there are so many available. Okay. Okay, so I love this question. With this AI generated, how can we as teachers manage our students not to use all this AI to cheat in class? Now, there's a thin line between cheating in class and assisting in class. Now, we have so many of them, and I think the popular one we have is for verifying plagiarism. I know I normally ask something like that. I've done look at my screen. Is there any one of them? Okay, it's not. So the one we use mostly in school is we call it Turnitin. It does a lovely job to check if it's generated by AI or not. So we can always ask them as learners. You can get ideas, but the basic of writing, of crafting ideas, of planning, they need to do that. But the idea is not to copy and paste what AI has generated and you submit that as a project work or as a research work. So as teachers, we also need to also up our game in detecting this is AI generated or not. I was going through my niece's work, a task I gave to her to write an essay for me. I was preparing her for work. And from the introduction, I already knew this is AI generated because I know how she writes in previous ones, and I can see a difference here. And I'm very sure within 2 days, she couldn't have picked up that task of writing differently, which, as I said, she said yes. And the idea is, oh, you got idea from there, but also write in your own best way. What if you use AI or ChatGPT to set a question and your student asks same questions from their own end? Now, there are lots of question banks. If you put ChatGPT to set questions for you on, let's say, computer parts now, it can set the questions for you in various ways. Now, it's not less for you to fine-tune your prompts on how you want the questions. Is it direct, like what is, or dash is a dash? I love set questions as use of case studies or scenario. If you want to do this, what part of computer will you use? You are here or you are there and you need this, what will you use? So you can always fine-tune your questions, and ChatGPT can always work on that. Is there a way of using AI without data? I mean, for those of us in rural areas. Oh, well, I'm sorry for now. I'm not sure there's any because they require heavy data. But I know for large organizations, there are some tools, there are some servers that can access off internet, but your result also will be limited, except you can afford such a device or such a server that require you to work off sites without data, so it works. I love this that says I was about language. I've looked for something like that since. Oh, sorry, oh, I need to look for it back. Uh, I don't know if person can ask again in Yoruba. I saw something in Yoruba. Okay. Does that mean I can generate Yoruba lesson notes? I asked question on Yoruba, but it gave me the wrong answer. Now, it is still limited on language because it can give you lots of wrong answers, but there are some tools. Excuse me, please. Okay, sorry for that. So there are some tools dedicated for local languages. So I search for that, and they will help you in getting this done in either Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa. Those are the most one. But I know very soon we have so many more use cases or data to help them to generate what we want in accuracy. But you can still give it a try and look at the error rate. If it's usable, you can go ahead. If it's not, you can also leave it for now. Okay, I can't see another question. Can it be accessed offline? I've answered that. How to use it in rural areas who are using paper and biro in the exam. So you need the device to access it. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's any other question. I teach in a rural area where sometimes we have to explain this mother tongue teaching. How do we combine this? So that's what I said in terms of language. So you need to look at the the generative AI tool you are using. Can it work with your language? I know there are some tools. I need to try a little with Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. So you need to specific to it. I also know there's a speech. They will call it speech SPITCH or so, also by a Nigerian. That also have the 3 main languages. So you can always use it to generate your audio in that language, and you also combine both. So we call it code mixing. It speaks both English and other language. So most of these AI require payments. How can one get free? How can one get free? Free one as an educator. So as I said earlier, you need to sign up with your school email address or school ID card, or you make use of the free plan on the tool. And the free plan also is limited, but to see, give you something that's convenience. Okay, so which AI to do you use for picture? ChatGPT does it, Canva does it very well. Microsoft Design does it, Adobe Gen AI does it, Google Gemini does it. So, it seems I missed your question. You mentioned something about teacher discounts. Which of these AI tool does that? So, I know Storyline 260 does that. Camtasia AI does that. Synthesia AI does that. I think IGEA also does that. Which AI tool is for my picture? I use ChatGPT. Okay. Thank you, everyone. It's been a lovely session. Hi, Shalom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. A round of applause. Okay, I can see the feedback already. I was a bit skeptical about AI usage at the initial stage. And however, I was adopted. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Kudos. Thank you. Let me check YouTube. I know that the teachers are also there. So that's just also to tell you that we really enjoyed your session. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, no. He has responded to all the questions, and because we also do not want to keep you here for a long time, so we ended the session quickly. So, but if you have any questions as regards, not about the training session now, as regards the fellowship, please leave them in the Q&A section if you're on Zoom, or type your question in the chat. I think I'll use the next 2 minutes to answer that. While we call this a day. Remember, you can always reference this video. It's live on YouTube. All you need to do is click the subscribe button so that you can always come back to this video and refresh your memory. The goal is that you're able to apply all of this information long term and be able to support your students. So if you have any questions, please keep them in the chat. Let me quickly check the YouTube page. In the meantime, while I try to keep up with your questions, we also want to let you know that the MTN Skills Academy platform is still live, right? While, please listen now, teachers, while the reward for data, the 5,000 naira reward in Momo account was for the first 100 teachers that completed 3 courses on the platform. This platform is still open for you. And like I always tell you, it's not about, if I do this, I will get reward. If I do this, I'll get data. If I do this, I'll get funds. No, it's about your personal and professional development. So if you're yet to access the MTN Skills Academy, please hurry now. The link will also be shared in your WhatsApp groups. Click the link, take at least 3 courses, 4 courses. All these courses are what other platforms. If you go to Coursera, if you go to Udemy, you're paying to access this information. But it is free courtesy of the MTN Sales Teachers Fellowship. All thanks to our partners, MTN Sales Innovation Lab, Sales Empowerment Foundation, and MTN Foundation Nigeria. So this link will be shared. If you're yet to get on the platform and take the course, please do so. Then the other information is for the top 100 teachers who said they have not received, the funds, the reward in their Momo account. This is because your Momo account is not active. So all you need to do is download Momo or re-download Momo, enter your username and your password to activate your Momo account so that you can get your reward in your account. What else am I missing? Let me see. Do we have any questions? Oh no, I don't know. It's still on. Oh no, it's still on. It's on. So the MTN Skill Academy is on. All you need to do is, if you get to create an account, visit this site, create the account. You can also scan the barcode and start learning. I have not been done all of this. I've attempted. Okay, all right. So yes, yesterday during the session on Gmind, we observed that there were a lot of issues, but it is resolved now. So if you can, we attempt to get on board on the platform. Next week, we'll also be introducing you to another tool we can also support your work as teachers. So please stay tuned. Another AI tool. Let me see, how can the blind learner teacher benefit from AI generating tools for education? Now we got, hi, Rita. There are some applications I know of. What's the name of these guys now? There's some applications for visually impaired learners, right, to benefit. I know of a particular tool. I'm trying to remember the name, but I'll just put that up and it will also be shared in the chat. How do you know if you're among the 100 teachers that merited the 5,000? The 100 teachers list was shared in your group. So if your name is not there was a time the facilitator shared 100 names. So if your name is not there, then that's it. You're not part of the top 100 teachers. I think I've responded to all the questions. Let me see on YouTube if there are any questions that. Yes, the MTS Skills Academy is free. I can see the question on YouTube. It's free. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. More information. Just hearing about the course. Yes. So please let me give more context. The MTS Skills Academy is a self-paced course that you can take at your leisure, at your convenience. You can access some free digital certificates. You can also download your certificates when you're done. So it's different from the actual instructor-led training that you take on WhatsApp. I hope this clarifies. Let me see any more question. My name is Oguliso and I'm open. Please reach out to your facilitator. I took the whole course same day. Like we said during the orientation, it is the first 100 teachers, not about you taking the course the same day. It's the first teachers. Please, let's try to be reading this information. Let me see any more. Please, can you give us strategies of picking up? I can't give you facts. Let's leave this. So on Gmind, like I said, it's a paid platform. However, next week we'll be introducing you to another tool, AI tool that you can use, to create your lesson notes and all of that for your class, for your students. Okay, we have come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And I hope that you picked one or two things from this session. Your facilitators will be sharing Okay, attendance list expiry time is too quick. It's quick because if we leave it open for so long, people who did not attend the training session will fill the attendance, right? So, but that's fine. Your feedback is noted. The feedback for today's session will also be shared. Your facilitators will launch that, on the groups. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to our sponsors, Sale Innovation Lab, Sale Empowerment Foundation, and MTM Foundation Nigeria. Please go on and continue implementing your lessons, your learnings. Now there's one other thing. Let me see if I can share. So some of you, we asked on the group for you to share impact videos. If you have, been in the course of this training, you've learned something, you've applied it, that's transformed your students, right? Most of you are sharing videos of you interacting with your students and all of that. Why that works, we need impact videos of you actually speaking to your learnings in the fellowship. Like we said, there's a data reward for teachers who do that. So expect a new guideline. Your facilitators will share that on your group, right? Yes, and you can communicate with them on that. So they'll share that, and we'll also share a link for you to turn in your videos. Please stay tuned for that. All of you who wanted to speak today, do a video and tell us how this has impacted you, and share with your facilitators. They'll share the guideline with you. That will be all. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. See you next week. Is the final week. Please, if you're yet to turn in your assessments, very important. If you've not been turning in your attendance, remember that the top 5 out of 5,000, just 500 teachers will be selected. And just before I forget, completing at least three courses on the MTS Skills Academy platform is now also part of the requirements to meet up or to be part of the 500 teachers. So if you have not gone to MTS Skills Academy platform to take your 3 courses, I don't know what you're doing. Hurry and do that now. Thank you so much. Any other information shared on your groups through your facilitators Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, teachers. Bye, everyone. Yes, I'm coming.